There's no audio right now because I was too awkward to talk to my phone and self in the airport. But this is San Francisco. And then later on, the next scene is the map that they provided for the United flight. So it's been a pretty big day. I've been up for far too long with about an hour of sleep. I guess it's been 24 hours, if not more at this point. And I decided to go on a walk before I find food and crash. And I guess what means you really are in Italy is when you go to a park and find an ark that's 300 years old. Yeah, it's cool. Hey there, it is Wednesday, day one in Italy. Well, it was. I actually forgot to record something like this on day one, so it's now day two, Thursday. But day one, it was fun. The airport went pretty well. I had a lot of waiting time in SFO, and boarding for United worked well. I was one of the last ones on the plane, actually, but it wasn't too bad. I ended up sitting next to a very old married couple, I think. I just assumed they were married, but they could have easily been siblings. They were on their way to their Greek islands for a vacation. They were very technologically inept. I could tell that they were fairly bright people, but they just could not figure out the technology whatsoever, which was annoying. That was a Boeing 747, so a very large plane. They had the little screens on the seats in front of us in which you could call for help. And they would repeatedly press that button without meaning to. So that was fun. They served us food almost immediately upon boarding, and it was chicken, butter chicken, a green salad, and a little piece of bread, which was yummy, and then mango sorbet. And I got a second one because the woman dropped her spoon, and the spoons are the type that are like attached to the lid. So in order to get a new spoon, she just had to get a whole nother thing of ice cream, and she wasn't going to eat it, so she gave it to me. And then they came back around with little tiny sandwiches, and then again with breakfast goods. French toast, fruit, mainly pineapple, so gross, yogurt. It was a good time. But we got in really late, really late. So instead of having the 2+ hours I was supposed to have in Munich, I had about 45 minutes, which was okay. Munich airport is huge, which was a good amount of time for me to panic on finding out that I had to take a bus shuttle to my next terminal, which was a good time. And then got on just fine. Lufthansa, fast flight, sat next to a newly married American couple on their honeymoon. Youngsters, a little older than I am. They slept most of the time, and they are both very ugly sleepers. Though it was great, the woman who came around offering sandwiches asked them in English and then asked me in German, which was good. I enjoyed it immensely. Landed, got here. Oh my god, getting to the Centro though took an hour for luggage to get off, and it was so crowded. And then finding the train station was a little hectic. Signs were not very good, but I eventually found it. Eventually found the right train. And then all of the announcements were in Italian, except for like 2 of them, which were in English and Italian. But that was not super helpful. Got off on the right station. And then I planned on taking a bus because it got me technically closer to the centro. Yeah, there was nowhere to buy a bus ticket. The buses weren't running. Everything was closed except for the ticket kiosks. And then I couldn't figure out what train I was supposed to take. And eventually I figured it out. And then my train ticket would not get validated, but it didn't matter because the train stop was literally next stop. Thank God that was only €1. Otherwise, I would have felt like I wasted money. Um, so that was good. And then I got out of the train station and had to go 4 blocks up the crossroad that the centro is on, which is called Via Quattroventi, Road 420. Yeah. That was rough. It's uphill the entire time because it's Rome, which was built on 7 hills, and I'm on an 8th hill, which is taller than the other 7. But I got here at 4:45, and technically the office closes at 5 o'clock, so I barely made it on time, but I made it. Then got situated. I plan on taking videos of the rest of the building tomorrow. It's been a couple busy days. After getting situated, putting all my clothes away, and relaxing, I then took a walk around the city. There's a big, huge park right next door, actually the largest park in the city. I found the Villa Pamphili, which I showed a little bit earlier. They were a papal family, so the entire park was part of the papal family's royal grounds. But that was cool. There was a lot of old stuff. The path was all stone, and I wore my Star Wars shoes, which have a hole in them, and not cobblestone, like gravel stone, but average size gravel was like this big and pointy. So that was a good time. And then I walked through there for a long, long time before I ended up actually getting back to the city. And then I just found some random pizza joint. I should have attempted speaking Italian, but I didn't at all. But the pizza was good. I got it to go, and I walked back up to the centro, then sat on the stairs and ate it outside. Yeah, so that was my day. Rome is an interesting city. There's lots of things I hope to show you. The street signs are marble and usually attached to the side of buildings, so they can be hard to spot, but they're literally etched in marble, which is super cool. They're pretty easy to understand. Via del Quattroventi, or Viale de Fontina Passagenta. Pretty simple. Other cool thing is there's public water everywhere. You can technically drink out of all of the like big monumental fountains, but that's recycled water, so that's kind of gross. But there are little water fountains which are called noses in Italian, nosata, and it's fresh water coming from the aqueducts, which is fantastic. And it's called noses because it's a little like J shape, and the water comes out of the bottom of the spigot. But if you plug the spigot, then the water comes out the top, and it's like a drinking fountain, which is super cool. There's been other interesting things. Drivers don't stop if you're through the crosswalk, but they will not hit you. They will very narrowly avoid you, so it's best to like make eye contact and keep walking. It was a good time. Yeah, there's nothing else really. The first day was weird. I knew there were 2 other people in the centro, but I couldn't find them. One of them even, sorry, there's something on my screen. One of them even lives across the hall from me, but I could not find her for the life of me, which I'm pretty thankful for because she's kind of weird. She's very weird. Yeah, I'm gonna try to avoid her. Yeah, but that's it. So, it's fun. Please, if you have any questions about my day, let me know. And I hope this video editing software works well. It seems to not so far, but maybe I just haven't figured it out. So tomorrow, the day I actually just experienced, consists of an orientation at 3 p.m. or 1500, as I'm starting to learn, and meeting people. So I'll tell you about that then. And I will see you later. Let's talk again.